Today, we are here to talk about how to increase sales with employee engagement. Each time I come and I am given one of these strategic topics, I love them. And then I try to look at them in a way from a lens of a business person, from the lens of a very simple business owner or a businessman or woman. The same topic could be translated as what great leaders do to increase sales, enhance performance, and sustain growth. This is all we talk about in the business world. This is all the OZ partners talk about in their offices. What great leaders do to increase sales, enhance performance, and sustain growth. But like I told you, I always break down these topics in a way. So my favorite way of translating is tools, processes, behaviors, and best practices that high growth leaders like the OZ partners use to create high performing teams. So the tools you need, the processes you go through, your behaviors, and the best practices that you have in your companies to create high performing teams. And this is what we're going to do today, talk about today. How can we let some of these tools guide us? And so when you look at my screen, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, and there's so many managers working, trying to put the puzzle, the pieces together. So they're using different tools, they're going through different processes, they are portraying different behaviors, they are showcasing best practices that high-performing, high-growth leaders. When you talk about high growth, it means leaders that focus on growing their business, leaders that want to be productive, that want to have increased sales, that want to be on time with building the building, that want to be on time with delivery if they have a supply chain management or logistic business. What you use to create high-performing teams. I know the word high-performing team is becoming a cliche. Everybody is using it, but each time I pick on these words and I try to see whether we can explain it in a nicer way or break it down, do a postmortem to it, break it into pieces. So what is a high-performing team? A high-performing team is composed of individuals, so you are the managers with specialized expertise. So when I talk about individuals, it could be employees and managers, owner of the business with specialized expertise and complementary skills that work together. You saw the jigsaw puzzle. All the pieces had to be in the right place to complement what is next to them. Who are goal-oriented, people who have plans, who have goals set, and are focused, hyper-focused on achieving clear, understanding results. Simple strategies. Together, they collaborate and innovate to produce work at the highest level. So when you talk about high-performing team, it's not, sometimes we know the word, the phrase, we know what it is, but we don't really know what it entails. So I want you to see those words in bold: specialized expertise, complementary skills, goal-oriented, achieving clear, understanding results, produce work at the highest level. So this is the team we're trying to build. And this is the team that will take us to high productivity, high growth, high sales, high profitability. This team is going to put money in our bottom line. So today, our two main goals tonight, actually, I think yours is tonight. Number one, I would like to introduce you to step-by-step employee engagement method that is proven to increase results. It's proven because Phyllis and I live in it. We have clients that we take through this process every day. We have clients who practice this employee engagement process every day. This strategy is something that we breathe every day. So we want to introduce you to some of the steps. And then on your part, I would like you to understand the importance of measuring the effectiveness of employee engagement. That's very important to me, as well as how to accurately evaluate the engagement quantity. Is it too much or it's too little? The engagement quality, are you doing it right? And how they affect revenue. So when you talk about sales, sales is not only taking your merchandise to market or supplying your customers. It's more than that. A businessman will sell, but they may or may not make profit. So what we want is for you to be productive, to be profitable. We want you to have revenue, but is the revenue going to be profitable? So we want to talk about tools, processes, behaviors that will help us to be productive. Maybe you're a builder, you build houses. You're not selling anything, you're building houses. You're talking about productivity, working on time, meeting your deadlines. So these behaviors of your employees is going to get you to that place. So what is employee engagement? And again, I try to put some words in bold so that you'll be able to pick them up. And because sometimes when we talk, we are not able to, emphasize certain words, but I want you to see this yourself and then pick those words. If you don't take anything out of any of these slides, just keep those ones in bold in your sleeves. So employee engagement is the extent to which employees feel passionate about their job. They are committed to the company. And then they put discretionary effort into their work. So it's a human resource concept. Most companies find it very difficult to engage the employees. They're wondering, what should I do with them? They come in, they clock out. The first two seminars we did, we talked about how to hire, we talked about how to keep them, and then now we're talking about how to engage them. Sometimes they are there, what do we do with them? So today, I want you to understand this. Employee engagement is the extent to which employees feel passionate about their job. If you have employees who are not passionate about their job, then you're really not getting to the full potential of your company. They have to be committed to your company. How do you even know that the employee is committed to the company? And they put unlimited effort into their work. You could tell me today that your employees work very hard, but maybe they could put more effort into the work. How do you get that? 150% out of them, not beating them with whips or making them slave for 15, 16 hours? What is the smartest way to engage your employees? And I want to just caution you that employee engagement is not the same as employee satisfaction. Some people think when their employees are happy, they're on break, they're laughing with them. That is not employee engagement, because employee satisfaction, it only indicates how happy or content your employees are. It does not address their level of motivation. It doesn't address their level of involvement in the business or commitment. Emotional commitment is very important. And so if your employees are able, if you're able to link up with your employees and take them to this level, you don't even have to worry about whether my products are expensive or not. Even the processes in the company will bring you profit. If you have any questions, please stop me. I like listening to myself, so stop me and then ask, okay? Why is employee engagement important? And I like the fact that Oze will organize a seminar like this. And I just love more than anything that people will show up in their numbers to come and learn new things. I learned something recently. It says the worm that lives in a horseradish sees the world as horseradish. So it's like the worm that lives in that ground, that particular environment, only knows the world as that particular environment. So if you're a business owner, this saying just means that you only see things that you're familiar with. So if you stay in your company and you don't go out to learn more, you are only going to be familiar with things that are around you. So I want to encourage you, avoid single perspective views of the business. Go out, go and learn more. So why is employee engagement important? Why are we here? Bottom line, one sentence. If you leave the seminar, you don't learn anything, just remember this: employee engagement drives performance. And you know what performance does for your company. Simple. It helps with your revenue and profitability. That is why you have a business. You want to make profit. You want to drive, you want to have revenue, which will give you profit. So when you engage your employees, these employees will look at the whole of your company and understand their purpose. Why am I here? Where and how they fit in. Some employees just come to work and they're lost. They're asking, what should I do? They don't even remember what they did yesterday. They don't hit the ground running. You need a team that will hit the ground running every morning or as soon as you hire them. So engaged employees look at the whole company and they understand their purpose. You take them through, they understand the vision of the company, where and how they fit in. And this will lead to better decision-making on the part of the employees and then also on the part of the managers or the owner. And a lot of people make mistakes. They think, and like I said, it's not employee engagement. It's not the same as employee satisfaction. So it goes beyond activities, games, and events. If you bring a fanfare to your company, that is not part of employee engagement. It will make them happy, yeah, but is that going to show whether they are motivated, they are committed? No. So I want you to take, if you don't take anything out of this meeting, employee engagement drives performance. So how does employee engagement drive performance? So there are three things. There's so many things, but I just want the most important, and I want to keep it simple. Highly engaged employees can increase innovation. That means that they bring fresh ideas from outside. You teach them something and then they pick it up and they add on. They're productive and bottom line performance while reducing costs related to hiring. Because the last time we learned that if your employees quit, it affects your bottom line. It affects your money. And so you have to do everything to hire right and then to retain them. So you want employees that will always be innovative, productive, and high performance. We talked about a high performing team, and this will reduce unnecessary cost of hiring, and you'll be able to retain them. They don't go to the next company, which is your competitor. When employees are engaged, they are more likely to invest in the work they do, which will lead to a higher quality of your work produced. When your employees are engaged, they're more likely to invest in the work they do. They love to come to work, they show up early, they put in their 110%, and they are very careful about what they're doing because they have ownership of the process, they have ownership of the business. So it translates into the quality of their work and also the quality of the product or your outcome. Engaged employees care about their work and about the performance of the company. Some employees is like, let's just do I'm just going to do what I can do and go home. I've said that before. And that is not fun for a business owner. You want your employees to be invested in your company and feel that their efforts make a difference. If an employee comes to work and they feel, oh, nobody cares about what I'm doing, let me just do it anyhow. Oh, AC, why don't you just put it over there and let's go home? But an engaged employee who cares about the company, is an employee who is been engaged by this company, has been brought to a level where what they do matters. They feel it, they know it, and they trust the management of the company. So I want to share this with you from the Harvard Business Review Analytics Services. So they do a lot of surveys. For you to know how your employees feel about the company, the best way to do it is to do a survey, regular surveys that would bring out what they think. So they have a lot of factors that bring success to every business. And I'm very happy that Oze is into, and your businesses are into, what can I do to engage my employees so that I can have some sales, I can have profit. I'm glad you're thinking that way. And so high level of employee engagement is number 3 on the world chart. So you're not thinking the wrong way. You are on point on this. So this is Harvard Business Review Analytics team did survey of over 10,000 senior executive. And this is what the result, 71% was scored by high level of employee engagement. Everybody needed it. We don't have a lot of time, so I don't want to go into the details, but I'm sharing this slide for you to know that thinking about your employee engagement is key to your business success. So we've talked a lot. We've said so many things. So I just want us to say 1 + 1 is equal to 2 here. What is the relationship between your employee engagement activities and your company performance? We've talked about it already, but I like to repeat things and give it a different flavor so that repeating sometimes makes it easier for you to remember. So companies with high employee engagement excel in customer satisfaction. So I'm being a little bit more specific here. Customer satisfaction. Your customers are not satisfied, you don't get business, you close down your business. And achieve high productivity and operational efficiency. So we talked about productivity, okay? And we talked about the quality of your work, as well as profitability. I can't stress that more. That is why we are all here. With additional side effect of, remember, safer, healthier employees. When you talk about a healthy employee, and it's an employee who wants to come to work every day. When the trotro leaves, they walk. They come in and there is lower absenteeism and reduced turnover. It doesn't matter whether it's raining or the Hamatan sun is beating them on their back. They will go to the trotro station and come to work, or they'll walk. And they know that this company takes care of me. So I need to take care of that company so that I'm not going to leave. The company, oh, my owner is only going through a difficult time. It will be over soon. I need to help. What can I do to help? Maybe I need to work a few minutes more than I'm doing, or I need to work faster so that we can get more money and then my company can come back. You know, it's only going through difficult time. I'm not going to leave them. Engaged employees go through that. So customer satisfaction, high productivity, operational efficiency, profitability, safer, healthier employees, lower absenteeism, and reduced turnover. So this is the outcome of employee engagement and your company performance. So your company performance, this is all you need. You don't need any consultant to come and beat you, to come and write some very crazy operational plans for you. You just need to understand this. And then you can, so when the consultant comes to you, you know exactly what they're talking about. So positive impacts of engagement. So again, I'm repeating all the things that we have said already, but in a different way, from a different lens, okay? High organizational performance is great. is greatly facilitated when your employees are at all levels. I'm talking about managers, middle managers, senior managers, everybody are engaged. So when you have two employees, one engaged and another disengaged, so that means an engaged employee, he's very committed to your business and does everything 110%. And one who is not engaged, that is the person even doesn't do their work well, they don't care. They just want to come because they want a paycheck. With similar competencies and experiences will typically contribute to the organization at different levels. The engaged one will put in a lot more effort to do the best job possible, while the disengaged employee will do the minimum. I just don't want to be fired. I just want to do the minimum. I just want to just do a little bit so that my supervisor doesn't fire me. That's all. So research, and I showed you the Harvard Business Review research, in the public and private sectors have demonstrated that workforce engagement is significantly correlated with several positive organizational outcomes. We've gone through this, but I'm just summarizing it again. High productivity, increased profitability, lower levels of sick leave, fewer complaints of unfair treatment, which is very popular. Less work time missed, higher levels of customer satisfaction. So I think I've repeated myself. I've done it in different flavors, and I hope everybody gets it. But if you don't, please stop me. I'll go to any of the slides. All right. So now here we are. I want to go quickly through some very important tools that we use at KonneKt HR for our clients. Most important tools a manager has in driving team productivity. At the end of the day, sales is productivity. If you're not productive, you can't have sales, okay? So the first thing is you being able to get one-on-one meetings with your employees. So you take time off your busy schedule, stop. And there's this thing we tell our clients every day. When you want to move fast, you have to slow down. When you slow down, then you are conscious of things that are happening around you, then it will help you to move fast. So this is when the manager takes time to connect with the team members individually. They get to know their team members better, and they are able to have strategic conversation about how they do their job and how you can advise them to do it better. You need that commitment. You need that trust building process. Most companies they know it will be good, but they feel it's a lot of work. It's not. Because if you are able to get this one-on-one meetings structured in your business, have a plan and develop a cadence, how often you're going to do it. For it makes your life easier because you don't have to keep saying the same thing. You have called somebody, like you called your child to the room. My mother used to wake us up at night, in the morning, early morning, and comment on something that you did the previous day. And the moment she comes to your bed and she talks to you, you don't want her to come and say it again. You do the right thing. So this is the one-on-one meetings that you do in your business. Team meetings. People think team meetings are crazy. Getting your team members together on a regular basis to communicate important information. Some business people think important information is just, my business is not doing well. No, there's more to that. Performance feedback. Feedback is a gift to the people receiving it. Most of us know, but it's hard to get feedback, to receive feedback from someone. It helps them improve their skills, overcome challenges, and achieve their performance goals. So it's good to give feedback. And I'll talk about feedback in a minute. Career development, that's one of the most important, but it's one of the least touched in companies because it's very difficult for people to ensure their employees are challenged to constantly improve and grow their long-term skills. We all only focus on hours, the business, but the person who you're using to do the business or to manage the processes need to be challenged too, beyond their comfort zone, so that it will translate into yours. Okay, so one-on-one meetings, you have to be proactive. It has to be consistent. You need one-on-one meetings, even if you think you don't. One of our clients, we took them through this process, and it was very difficult for people to come to the manager to talk about what is wrong with them and even discuss how they do the work. So we took them through, we set up a plan, a strategy for them, okay? Employee engagement strategy, and one-on-one meetings was one of them. And as soon as they got committed, it was difficult to get them to have a structured, consistent one. As soon as they started doing it, they realized that they were getting more information about the company or even about the business than they thought they knew. And that changed a lot of things. The employees felt important, they felt loved, they felt that the company took care of them, they didn't increase any money. It affects your business. How does it affect your performance? Make one-on-one meetings work for you. Follow through with it. Set an agenda for each meeting. And focus on personal updates when you meet the employee. Ask your team members about their daily work and priorities. Ask them questions, personal ones too. And ask them how you can help. The last time I came, I said, the best thing to tell an employee at work is not how much money, what can I do for you? You have to ask them, what can I do to make your work more easier or more comfortable or more productive? And please follow up with your one-on-one meetings. Team meetings is the second tool. Employees think of team meetings as meetings with managers where managers talk 95% of the time. I hated team meeting when I was younger. Boring updates about performance or financial results that don't really mean much to them. They think there's too much detailed communication about changes to policies and processes. As soon as they call team meetings, it's like, yes, Alfred, stuff like that. People are like, oh, what again? What happened? Somebody getting fired? No, team meetings shouldn't be like that. Employees need you to bring speakers to monthly meetings. So out of the survey, so I'm sharing this very important survey with you. These are feedback from that survey, which we are using for our clients. They want you to bring speakers to monthly meetings. You get visitors at your workplace. You have best friends who also own businesses. Invite them to come to your team meeting. Let them come and just say something, share something. More exposure to success stories. Let your friends come and share their success stories. Because when they share stories from outside, they feel like, oh, Mr. Ose invited his friend, Mr. Prempe, Ajima Prempe from Kumasi, and he came to talk. Maybe he didn't even say much. His presence alone changed everything that day. Share more best practices. And in team meetings, the managers talk about all the important company information and all that. But I would encourage you, or I will suggest that let the team members share the best practices. So that means that you're going to have the team member prepare. A couple of team members will prepare for a certain area to share their best practices. Another group will do it. So they are involved, they are engaged. They feel like, I mean a lot to this company. And then they take a book and they are revising, they are asking questions, they are writing, they are preparing to come and share at the team meeting. This is how the conveyor belt should be cleaned. This is how the warehouse should be kept neat to prevent fire. So they come and talk. It may not be anything strategic, but they are engaged. Allow them to collaborate with their peers during the meeting. Let them share and let their peers ask them questions. Let them learn. Let them be part of the training process. Develop a mentoring system, a mentoring process in your company. And these employees will be so engaged that when a new person comes in, everybody is eager to be a trainer. So at the end of the day, you have all trainers in your company. And then you will have to think about, what do I need to do? Train the trainer? You see, so you have more time to think about the business. So I want to give you some examples about how to improve your team meetings. I just talked about all of them. Evaluate the frequency of your team meetings. Should it be weekly, monthly? It's your call. Make it consistent. Define an agenda that will encourage interaction and information sharing. Invite Mr. Ajima Prempe from Kumasi to come. They come Fridays. They come to funerals in Accra all the time. And if you're in Kumasi, invite the Accra people. Invite them to come. Miss Osei next door to come to your meeting. Start your meeting by discussing progress towards your goals, which is important. It's important for you to tell them what is happening in the company. That is the reason you have the business. But tone it down, do it quickly, and allow the team members to share the best practice. I talked about that already. And give the team members time to share questions and solutions. Let them talk among themselves. If argument, you be the referee, but keep it sane. Let them talk. Share your own development topic. You have a plan. You came with a piece of paper from your bank and things don't look good. Maybe you want to share. Yeah, share it. But remember to end the meeting by recognizing success. These employees work hard. You see, so please don't forget, because sometimes these little comments in meetings, acknowledging them, giving them shout outs, we call it bravo in our consultancy. In KonneKt HR, we call it bravo. So you are able to give bravo for somebody that doing a job. My third one is performance feedback. Performance feedback is important. Good feedback is a gift. I said it in the beginning. So when somebody says, what is performance feedback quickly? It's a communication process. And it goes on. So it's like a continuous process. As you give somebody feedback, the person will adjust, and then you change. The person comes back with feedback, and then you change again. So be careful that you should get feedback from your employee before you keep giving new ideas. So something really quick. The manager once had an employee, a very hardworking employee, and so the person became his friend, and they would even meet up on weekends in his house and have barbecues and things. And then the boy started slacking. He wasn't doing very well. And the manager didn't know how to say it, because he didn't want to hurt. He was thinking, I don't know how to say it because I don't want to hurt him or something. But what we realized, and I want to cut this short, when we are working with our clients, we tell them, it is not about how you will say it, but think more about how the employee is going to take it. So it's like when somebody has contumely stuck in their teeth and the person is talking and you're in a meeting, you want to tell the person that, oh, there's contumely in your teeth, green thing, so remove it. You're thinking about how the person is going to take it. Do you want the person to continue? Isaac, could you please mute that person, please? Do you want the person to continue talking with a green spinach in the teeth? How is it going to look? So this is how your employee feedback is. It's important that you tell that person, oh, could you go to the washroom and remove the green thing in your teeth? And so managers must first improve their feedback. Think about how you will say it. Don't be worried about how you will say it, but be worried about how, if you don't give the feedback, what is going to happen. And so you need to improve your feedback giving. And these are bigger topics. And the next time we come, we will go through that. So I want to tell you that feedback improves performance. Every athlete uses performance feedback to improve their performance. They put Apple watches and other gadgets on their wrist, on their rackets and all that. My nephew, Phyllis' son, is a very good tennis player. And we have all these things for him that he puts on his racket, on his wrist. We just want to see the statistics so that we'll use the numbers to tell him that, hey, KJ, maybe you need to move faster. Same in the business world. The goal of performance feedback is to improve the skills and generate more revenue. Okay? So when a team member gets feedback on how maybe the way he speaks to the customers, you need to be ready with new ideas on how to convey the same message so that he's put in a position to make more customers happy. So he knows what is right now, and then he will drop what is not right. So feedback improves performance. Examples, quality of work. This is very important, a fundamental responsibility that employees need to get right. So your feedback on their work habits, service habits, team skills. Some people they don't like to work in teams. They like to work by themselves. Well, find out and do some coaching, but make sure that you are giving people feedback on their team skills. So these are ways that you can measure what is their quality of work. So when a manager sees a problem area in any part of the company, it's so important to start the conversation and get employee input. Don't do it by yourself. Do it so it's like a two-way process. Get employee input to develop a performance feedback action plan. We've done this for our clients and they've come back, they love it. It's painful at the beginning, but it translates into revenue. My last one, I'm almost out of time, is career development. Career development or career development planning is the process where an individual may undergo an individual undergoes to advance their occupational status. So how do I get my employees to advance, go beyond their comfort zone, to become more innovative? And that is what will make them productive. Career development is the process of making decisions for long-term learning. I know that it's not all your employees that can go learn more or do training online and all that, but find out what they can do. They need to align their personal needs, okay, with career advancement opportunities. Somebody can only read San 7 level. Yeah. What else can you do to make this person even a foreman and make them work better? So make career development a priority. And the next time we come, I would like to come back one day and talk about career development. It's one of the things that I love to talk about. And it's important. Career development should be individualized. One person, one career plan. It's not one size fits all. Create a career development plan. Help team employees to focus on the areas that they love to be in. Okay, what do you love to do? What do you enjoy doing? Challenge them to grow. And you have to follow up. You don't start today and then you forget, you have to follow up. So I've talked, nobody has asked me any questions, but I hope I have questions after. So I want you to remember this: make employee engagement central to your business strategy. There is nothing else. There are a lot of things you can do, but you saw that chart I brought from the Harvard Business Review. It's important. These are very important information. It's number 3 on the world chart. So looking for are you looking for a comprehensive employee engagement solution? No matter your starting point, it could be 3 employees, 4, 5, 6 employees. KonneKt HR can get you where you want to be. And our consultants at KonneKt HR, Phyllis, will testify to that, work closely with you to design employee engagement strategies that will involve identifying the pain points in your company, establishing measurements, training your leaders, implementing best practices, and together these elements will make engagement a very seamless part of your culture, a culture of maybe self-service, a culture of engagement, a culture that senior managers, and employees are always interacting. I want to introduce you to KonneKt HR Performance Management and Employee Engagement Software. It is a user-friendly interface, personalized dashboard, employee and manager self-service and connection. You have smart automated workflows and notifications to keep your employees engaged. And if you need reports, it's got insightful reporting for data-driven decisions. Get your employees engaged. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. Let's go get it. And let's get that sale. Let's get that profit in the business. Thank you. Any questions, Isaac? I'm done.
Thank you very much, Geraldine. Thank you very much. At least if we didn't learn anything, we know that as a management and also invest in them.
And you can get more information at www.konnekt-hr.com. Go there and request a free demo, and we will, wherever you are, we will come there and demo for you and see where you can be. And we have pilot projects going on. You can get free 60-day trial for your business. Thank you. Any questions? I'm ready to answer questions. When you don't get questions, it's either you didn't do well or the people did not understand.
I believe Heather has a question. Her hand is raised.
Oh, okay. You know what? Let me stop sharing. Let me stop sharing, and then I can see the people. All right, please go ahead, Heather. Heather Nelson.
Okay, hello. Yes, please, Heather Nelson. Hello. Thank you so much. It's been a very insightful, time. And what was going on in my mind is, so I am a fashion designer. And when it comes to issues around vocation, one of the challenges we have is you realize that managers who are harsh and ruthless with their employees are those who get the work done. And I don't know why, but that's how it works. And so, great. And so you'd have two people. One is very democratic, nice with the guys. These guys will always come to work late. There's the other guy that won't take any excuse. His team would always come to work on time. No excuses. It's raining. It's snowing. They will come. You see. So what was going on in my mind is, if people act from a place of fear, I think anyone looking at it would think this is high employee engagement, because the guys who come to work early, they'll make sure they finish what they have to do before they leave. You see, but okay, so when your employees act from a place of fear, can that be considered good employee engagement? And then,
thank you, Heather. Oh, okay, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I have a second question. Yes, and what
yes,
I want to do is, you want to? I should go ahead. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So the other thing also has to do with career development. Now, you would this costs the business money. Because if I want to train you and I want you to have a training online or go to a friend's place or attend a seminar, I still have to pay. So I would pay for you. Now, when these guys, I think the fear is that when these guys build on their capabilities, other competitors can decide to poach them. Yeah. My question is there proven statistics that when employees are highly engaged and you have a situation like this, the employee would say no to whoever wants to poach him or her?
Okay, very good question.
My question. Okay,
great. I really do. And you know what? Perfect. So the first one, I want to share something with you. And so managers have, I like the fact that you brought it real. I mean, that is a real question you just asked, because some managers have the whip. And then so what they do is they're very harsh at work, and it's like, this manager does not chile nonsense. So listen, there is a correlation between high performing teams and managers who create discomfort for those on their team. So a harsh manager is creating discomfort. Okay, Heather, the manager is creating discomfort. So the employees are living, they are in fear. They are not committed. So when you remember, when I was sharing, I talked about, are they committed? Are they committed to the business? Are they committed to what your high-performing team is composed of individuals with specialized expertise and complementary skills who are goal-oriented and hyper-focused on achieving clear, outstanding results? So that is the team that harsh manager is building, okay? But at the end of the day, is that employee buying into that business? Are they passionate about their job? Are they committed to their company? Do they put in unlimited effort on their own? So employee engagement the right way, that is you, the manager, having respect and knowing that it's not about the whip, but I need to create a healthy discomfort. So Heather, what you're trying to say is a manager that creates a healthy discomfort is engaging the employees. Yes. When you talk about healthy discomfort, it means that you have strict rules, you have standards of operation, and you want employees to adhere to it. It is not your shouting and your whipping, but it's about creating a healthy discomfort for them so that they become passionate about the work. They buy into it, committed. A fearful employee is not committed to the business. If they find a place, they'll run. Maybe they're looking for a place. If they find somewhere that can pay them a little bit more, they'll run. Maybe you pay top of the dollar or top of the pay rate in the area. But you having a discomfort environment is wrong. And at the end of the day, it's not going to translate into people who are committed, but people who live in fear. There's a difference between living in fear and also being committed to the work. So that question is so important. And every manager on this call knows it. And I'm sure you're all thinking about it. But remember that when you create a toxic environment in your business, there's so much employees can take. One day, they're just going to walk out. But you don't want that. And that will translate into your bottom line. So you need to create more of a healthy discomfort, like a manager who will call his subordinate, or a director will call another manager and say, your figures are, even whatever you do, he's still going to complain, but he pushes you to be a better person. He's creating a healthy discomfort. Sometimes it's not the best, but being harsh, like you said, is 100% not right. It's creating a toxic environment. We want to create an environment that is conducive for employees to come to us with questions, come to us with suggestions, tell us there's something wrong with us, tell us there's contumely in our teeth so that we can remove it.
Okay, thank you.
And then the second one is about training. Training is important. When you train your employees and you back it up with engaging them, letting them know that I care about you and I want you to get out of your comfort zone. It's communication. I want you to do this. But when you are trying to build your employee up, remember that let the employee be part of the process. Let them tell you that this is what I want to do. Let them tell you that this is what I want to do and not what you think they should do. If you help them with what they want to do, they enjoy doing, where do you want to be trained at? And you work with them in partnership. They develop that commitment to the business. Sometimes they don't even want to hear another company. All they know is this environment is too good for me. Somebody comes to poach your employee, they think twice before they leave. But you have to remember that the fact that they're committed to you doesn't mean you should just give them anything. Think about, do surveys in your area about salaries and all that. It's all part of the engagement process. And we take our clients through them. There are more to this. This is just a high level information that I've just given you. Heather, did I
Okay,
answer
thank you
your
very
question?
much. Thank
Did I
Yes,
answer your
please, you did.
question? Are
On
you
point,
satisfied
madam.
with it?
I'm very satisfied. I love that healthy discomfort phrase. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Geraldine, we have one question from Nadro Moneto.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, yes, can you hear me, please?
We can hear you.
Yes, so Nadromo is a team lead for an NGO, and she doesn't handle these team meetings. The engagement doesn't go on. So she wants a practical way of how to engage her team members.
Okay, she's looking for a practical way to engage her team members. Oh, so a practical way, when you say practical way of engaging the team in the meetings, so I gave you 4 tools that you can do. So is he the Nadromo is the manager of the NGO, right? Did I get that right?
She's a team lead. Yes, a team
team
lead.
lead.
And she
Okay.
wants to get, yeah.
So I talked through 4 tools, one-on-one meetings. So what she can do is to set up one-on-one meetings, and you have to come up with a structure. So how can I get everybody one-on-one? Maybe this week is Kofi, next week is this person. And during the meeting, develop an agenda. Let the employee be part of it. In our software, we have a place where the one-on-one meeting, the employee creates an agenda and the manager creates an agenda. 2 of you can create it on the same page. It shows, it helps, you can do it. And then when you go to the meeting, they both agree and take action plan. So that is an example of a practical engagement. Another one is performance appraisal. So she's a team lead. And so maybe she has people that report to her and she has to do don't wait till the end of the year before you do your performance appraisal. Do it continuous. Give feedback continuously. So you can decide that every quarter or every month, I'll pull one of my direct reports in, and then we'll talk about what they have done. Another thing is update. So she's a team lead. So on Friday, before everybody knocks off to go, there should be a process where she knows what they did during the week, okay? And then what they're planning to do next week. And they want to know what difficulties did you find during the week? What were some of the challenges you went through? And how can I be of help to you? That is a very practical one. And in our tool, what we have is called update. So at the end of, by Friday, everybody gets the update templates in their inbox. And then it will say, talk about 5 questions. What did you do to focus on this week? What are you going to focus on next week? What are some of the challenges that you went through? How can I help you? And how do you feel about this week? So when they click submit, it goes to the manager. So Nadromo will be the one that will receive that update. And practically, she knows what the employee did, what difficulties they went through without she going to ask them. And then how can I help? Where they need you to help them. Send an email to the depot owner at this place that they should pick my call. So that is a practical engagement. Does that answer your question?
I'm very sure. I'm very sure. I'm very sure. Yeah, she says yes. Thank you very much. So there's an exciting one here from Karen. You touched on career improvements, career advancement, and
yes,
Karen wants to know if after investing in an employee to train them, they become very upgraded, and there's a possibility of somebody else to poach them. So is it okay to let the employees sign some sort of an agreement not to move from your company after training them? She wants to know something about that.
Okay, good question. I like this question. So Heather asked part of it in the first part of a question. So good question. A lot of companies try not to do career development because they feel the employees will leave. Yes, it's fear. But how can you overcome that fear? The way to overcome that fear is to, from the beginning, start building that trust, that employee management trust, okay? So career development is one of the key things. And don't think about it as I'm throwing it away. No, you're developing somebody. And career development is not only training the person, the career development is also about advancing. So if the person is machine mechanic 1, and you are training the person is still machine mechanic 1, is the person not going to look for machine mechanic 2 position somewhere? Think about it. So if I'm a business analyst, and you take me through all these nice training at all these nice hotel, and then you don't move me into an advanced level. You don't even move me further, and I'm still in the same place with all the good knowledge. I'm going to go and give the knowledge to somebody who needs it. Okay? So what I would advise you to do is don't be afraid to train your employees or to develop them. Challenge them. Let them let them go beyond their comfort zone. But as they're doing, have a plan. So a career plan is not only take the person to training. A career plan is the what, the how, and the outcome. So the what is you train the person in big things. Maybe you teach them to do data analytics. And then how are you going to develop that person? Now that they know this, let them do something more responsible. Move them, promote them. But if you keep them in the same level, they will leave and go and take a job that is on the next level. So always think about the next level for your employees. And that will move your company also to the next level. So don't be afraid. Do it. Take that challenge. And if you need help, reach out to Phyllis, and we will meet up with you and show you some strategies to use. Otubia?
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Otubia,
did I answer that question right?
Otubia,
Otubia, give me a minute. Otubia,
All right.
did I answer the question okay? Okay. All right, Otubia, go ahead.
Thank you so much for sharing this knowledge with us. I am a little bit torn between two because I have experienced some things I am still battling with myself.
Okay.
I happen to have worked with a consultant. So some of the things you just said, I knew them. And then I got a government job. I have to start from the lower rank. So most of the time, I happen to know most of the things up to the top level. But because you're a junior staff, you are limited.
Yeah.
And then when I reveal myself to one of my seniors and this is my background, it happened to rather limit me. It stopped engaging me in activities. And I was like, no, anytime I see them doing something, I have idea. But then the way he doesn't engage me in some of the things, I kept withdrawing. And then I asked for transfer, only for him to come and give me, and I didn't contribute anything to them. But you know what I do with my main colleagues? I always try to encourage them, teach them what I know. But I happen they never mention it to him that, oh, Otubia taught us this, Otubia taught us that. But he prevented me from going to even see our boss to share my knowledge, just because he wants to be the senior above this. So when you encounter some of these things, how do you go about it?
Okay, good question. Good question. Though it's out of the scope of this meeting, I will still answer it because you could be the owner of a business and your employee encountering that. So this is a very common thing. I've gone through it. You have gone through it. A lot of people have gone through it. It's just human dynamics. It's just human nature, and it happens everywhere. People are afraid that if they project you, then it's going to be, you might overtake them. But remember, when you find yourself ever in a company, you're a manager and you want to move up and you have all the skill sets and all that, and like in your situation, the first thing you do, have you ever heard of raise your hand?
Yes.
You always raise your hand. You raise your hand because you have an answer. You only raise your hand when you have an answer. So I encourage everyone, wherever you are, if you know an answer to anything, raise your hand. And when you raise your hand, remember that you are a junior person and you're trying to be seen, okay? And it's not, you don't want to rub negatively with the people who are looking at you. So you have to be conscious. Say everything you're saying in a very humble way. So raising your hand is different from you saying it, because when you raise your hand, they'll call you to speak. When you're speaking, remember that it may not be your level, but you're just suggesting. Okay, so your choice of words is important. Don't go giving examples like, when I was in this company, this is what I did, so I think you should do it. No, don't do that. Just state the fact, the answers in a simple way. I would suggest, I think if you did it this way, your choice of word is important. Okay, and then one thing too is keep volunteering for anything. When you're in a company, you have the skill set, you have the experience from a previous company, and you're in this company, but because you took a junior job, which I have done in the past, what you do is just volunteer to help people. I know you teach other people, but get your boss involved, and talk about it. That is why one-on-one is a good tool for you business people, because when you have one-on-one and Otubia has one-on-one with her manager, Otubia is going to share some of the nice experiences as she shared with her friends. When I used to do mentoring at work for my friends who were Indians and didn't know their left and right in the US, you see, and then I'll let my manager know when we don't have one-on-one. You see, so they know that I am doing mentoring on my own. I'm taking initiative. So a 2 years experience should be something that everybody should learn from today. There are so many employees going through a 2 years problem in your companies. One-on-one is going to be the solution, Otubia. That is something you didn't get there. The other one for you to be able to do in the government job is to raise your hand, volunteer. If people are doing a project and you think you know a little bit about it, ask permission from your boss. He said, oh, I would like to volunteer. I have free time, lunchtime, or at 1 o'clock is my lunchtime. I have some free time. I want to volunteer 30 minutes and work with these people. You see, so that is a way that somebody will see you. And when somebody brings up a point somewhere, don't criticize, support and build. Okay. When you support immediately, they'll catch your word. And so when you bring your idea, they like it. So you have to do a lot. You have to show up right. You have to tell them, I enjoy doing this. Tell your boss, I enjoy doing this. Go to another leader that is in another department where you think you can contribute. Tell them, I really appreciate the way you do this project. I have a little bit of experience from my previous thing and I would like to volunteer. Put yourself out there. Be vulnerable. The worst they will say is no. But keep doing it. One person will pick you. Otubia, did I answer your question?
Yes, please. Thank you so much.
And then just one person that will pick you
very much.
Will help you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Geraldine. Unfortunately, Otubia's question will be the last question for tonight. And Geraldine and Phyllis would like to say a very big thank you. If you're on a call today, we would like to appreciate you. Thank you very much for joining. We'd also like to introduce you to the Oze Business app. If you're a business owner and you're still using spreadsheets, calculator, and notebooks, kindly know that we have an app that will help you record your sales and expenses, and it generates reports for you to know your business performance and how well or bad you are doing. So if you go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, you type the Oze Business app, download it, and then we have people who are going to call you, guide you, and then train you on how to use the app perfectly. We would also share a link immediately after the call ends. We would share a link asking for your feedback. And so once again, I'd like to say a very big thank you to all of you. And then also say a very big thank you to Geraldine and Phyllis again. So without much ado, I'll bring tonight's session to an end and then say goodbye, wishing you all the best. Bye-bye.